Thank you so much for joining today's presentation on how to apply for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And thank you, Karen, for those wonderful introductions. To get us all started, I'll pass it off to my colleague, Kara, for some more.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kara McDonald, and I am a multi-regional program manager on the Kaiser Permanente team here at Alliance for a Healthier Generation, working largely in program operations and multi-market collaboration.
And my name's Shelly. I am a regional program manager also on the Kaiser Permanente team working in the Southern California region. If you would like, just please let us know in the chat who's in the room with your name, role, and what school, or if you work for a district.
Welcome, Cindy. Karen, of course, Jamie O'Hara, welcome, Bridget, Adriana. Welcome, everyone. So pretty keep introducing yourself in the chat, and we'll keep on moving.
Alrighty, so we just want to share a little bit more about what we do here at HG at Healthier Generation. Our priorities are really to bring together whole child health and health equity. We know that one of the most important environments after a young person's home is their school. And the health and well-being of people like you caring for youth are so important to children's health. And it's really important to us to support educators and champions like yourselves to further these goals. And just to give a little bit more context on our work, it is funded and supported in partnership with Kaiser Permanente. We work with Kaiser to provide various resources and support to school systems, all at no cost. And so you can learn more about the variety of ways that Kaiser Permanente supports school health through their Thriving Schools initiative with the link in the chat. And over the past 3 years, Healthier Generation and Kaiser Permanente have partnered to provide professional learning opportunities to support schools. Many of the topics are covered under the America's Healthiest Schools Award, and we would love to see you at future webinars and events that we host. And just right before we get into our content, we would love to hear what your favorite spring activity is, or what spring activity are you most looking forward to? I'm really looking forward to hiking after a lot of the snow melts, and just seeing the spring blooms on the trails. And since you all are in San Bernardino County, I really love the Forest Falls area. It's kind of one of the best places to hike. What about you, Kara?
I am really excited to start enjoying meals outside again. I love patios at restaurants or picnics in the park, Sunday brunches in our backyard, eating al fresco. I'm excited. It's finally warming up. Student engagement outside, yeah, outdoor lessons, gardening.
And the sunsets are getting way later, so that's really amazing.
I apologize. I'm trying to scroll through the chat and sometimes my PowerPoint gets stuck and wants to go with it. Farmers markets. Awesome.
Well, keep it coming. But I'll go on to today's intentions. And so today we're really going to share all about the America's Healthiest Schools Award. We're going to do that first by getting an overview of the award itself, and then we're going to go over how to qualify. And then we're going to have some time to start the award and answer some questions in real time. So you're in for a treat. But first, I'm going to go over what is the America's Healthiest Schools. So we know that schools function best when students and educators are happy and healthy. And America's Healthiest Schools is one of the nation's longest running recognition programs that honors schools for the key roles that they play in advancing the health and well-being of the entire learning community. So awardees can earn a spot on the annual list of America's Healthiest Schools and receive a digital promotional package to just help share accomplishments within the school community and community in general. It's a lot of bragging rights. And any K to 12 public or private school in the United States is eligible to apply for this prestigious annual recognition program that really just celebrates you for implementing best practices to support the physical, mental, and social emotional health needs of students, staff, and families. So applications are open now and due on April 16th, 2024. So we have a month until the application is due, and you'll just need to provide some verification of the implementation of best practices during this 2023 to 2024 school year.
All right, so the award itself has 9 topic areas, including increasing family and community engagement, strengthening social emotional health and learning, cultivating staff well-being, improving nutrition and food access, implementing local school wellness policy, enriching health education, promoting tobacco-free schools, supporting school health services, and bolstering physical education and activity. School teams may apply for recognition in up to all 9 topic areas, but you do not have to apply for all 9 topic areas. You can apply for as few as one or as many as you like. But as Shelley mentioned, to achieve recognition in any topic area, all criteria for that topic must be considered fully in place during the 2023-24 school year before the submission deadline of April 26th. And we are going to go over those criteria for each topic in our next few slides, but the criteria will also be in our award guide, along with step-by-step instructions on how to prove that you've met those qualifications. And that is in your live binder that Karen has been sharing. And then we'll also share it in the chat as we go. So that first topic area is supporting school health services, which recognizes school teams that routinely conduct health screenings, address chronic health conditions, and provide a pathway for students with health concerns to receive additional support from the school or community-based providers. So this might look like questions of how you met those 3 criteria, but it might also ask for documents or any kind of other proof that you satisfied these criteria, such as 504 plans, flyers or emails out to families about upcoming health screenings, or referral forms for students that took them to an external provider. Second, implementing local school wellness policy. And the criteria for that is if the district implements a wellness policy with a diverse coordination team. This is a school-based award, so we're also looking for that at the school level. Set measurable goals and reflect on progress, successes, and challenges. And again, those questions will ask for a summary of how you achieve those criteria, but also usually some kind of documentation to prove you've also met that criteria. Improving nutrition and food access. This has 3 as well. It's maximize school meal participation, collaborate with teachers on nutrition education, partner with community organizations to increase food access for students. Again, that summary of what you did and documentation. And the application also gives you examples of what you can provide. I know for me, maximizing school meal participation, it may raise questions of like, well, how do I show I've maximized our abilities for school meal participation? It will ask for specific documentation that lets us know that you did maximize to your full capacity. Bolstering physical education activity. This has 4 criteria, and that is provide physical education to all grades, use an evidence-based PE curriculum, integrate movement throughout the school day, ensure inclusion in physical activity. And then we've got enriching health education. This provides health education to all students. If you use an evidence-based curriculum, prioritize opportunities for students to practice skills to maintain and improve their health. And with that, I am going to hand it back to Shelley to wrap up the final 4 topic areas.
Awesome. And so with strengthening social emotional health and learning, this is for school teams that positively motivate participation and learning, implement an evidence-based social emotional learning curriculum, and provide opportunities for students to regulate their emotions and learn from their mistakes. And for promoting tobacco-free schools, this really acknowledges school teams that address tobacco use in youth through prevention education and actively engage students in promoting a tobacco-free campus and provide support and cessation intervention when students vape or use tobacco products. And for cultivating staff well-being, this really recognizes school teams that provide resources to support breaks for all staff during the instructional day and actively promote staff relationship building and foster a culture of gratitude amongst colleagues. And gratitude is really important. And for increasing family and community education, this is going to acknowledge school teams that really gather input from the school community, engage with parents and caregivers in really meaningful ways to support student success and connect families to resources related to the social drivers of health.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelley. So with that, we'd love to know what topic areas you're most interested in. Let us know in the chat. These don't have to be topics you feel you meet the criteria just yet. They can just be topics you feel especially excited for.
If you've been working on a really awesome project in one of these categories, please let us know. If you're a little shy, it's okay. You can also put in the chat.
And I am going to link the award guide that goes over all of that so you can have a refresher if you need.
Oh, I see some cultivating staff well-being and social emotional health and learning. So excited to see what projects you've been working on.
I know San Bernardino County were rock stars when it came to school health services last year. So I imagine there will be a lot of repeat applications in that topic area. At least I hope so. You just send in documentation for the current year. You've already got the practice in. You can apply for criteria and topics you've already applied for in the past and keep getting awarded every year. So I encourage you to do that. It's an easy, low-hanging fruit kind of win. So take those when you can get them. Awesome. We've got a diverse group of award topics from Cindy Espinoza, physical education, social emotional health and learning, improving nutrition, and promoting tobacco-free schools. Okay. So with that, we can get into the nitty-gritty of how to apply. First things first is deciding which topic areas. We've discussed it a little bit in regards to interest, but we want to decide based on what we are ready to apply for. And we can do that via our AHS readiness tool, which is a small assessment you can take that lets you know which topic areas you're qualified to apply for. In the next slide, we're going to watch a brief video on how to use the readiness tool. And then later on in our session, you'll have a chance to use it yourself. So you may think that you are qualified for one topic area, maybe you aren't, But if you look at the readiness tool, you'll see that, oh, maybe I'm qualified in these other 3 areas. It kind of gives you a better idea of where you are in terms of readiness to apply. After that, we are going to log into the award application, and that is where you upload all the required documentation we talked about earlier, needed to prove that you've met all the criteria for the award topic you're applying for. And then finally, you submit that application by April 16th. After that readiness tool video, we have a video on the application itself that we'll watch. That again links to all those resources in the live binder. So we'll watch the videos, but you'll have links to those videos after the fact if you need to revisit them. But we'll also pause in between videos so you can ask questions as needed. And then of course, you'll have an opportunity at the end to jump into those applications and readiness tools on your own. So with that, we're going to do a brief video tour of the readiness tool.
America's Healthiest Schools is Alliance for a Healthier Generation's prestigious annual recognition program, honoring schools for the key role that they play in advancing the health and well-being of the entire learning community. Start preparing today to be one of America's Healthiest Schools by completing the award eligibility checklist. Find the checklist by logging into your Action Center account, then click on View to the right of the checklist, or on the left side navigation. The checklist is one of our assessment tools. Any K-12 school in the United States is eligible to apply. School teams may apply for recognition in one topic, more than one topic, or all 9 topic areas. Each school team member can answer questions with their own account. At your next leadership team or wellness committee meeting, answer and review your progress towards a healthier school environment. Start by clicking on a topic area, then the question. This team selected mostly in place because there are times each week when there is no qualified staff available to dispense student medications. This school is not ready to apply for recognition in supporting school health services this year. The checklist also helps your team know which practices are not fully in place yet and could be improved in the future, setting your school team up to apply in more topics for national recognition. After you answer a question, click Save and Next. Please note that if you answer a question on the checklist, it will show as answered in the Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment. And if you have already answered the same question in another assessment, it will appear answered in this checklist. For this best practice, the school nurse updated their written referral pathway for students with health concerns with additional community-based healthcare providers. So this practice is now fully in place. Because this question is an award criteria, when fully in place is selected, information will appear below. You will see what documentation to provide in the application to verify this practice has been fully implemented during the current school year. Make sure to click Save after answering each question. To receive an award, all criteria in a single topic must be fully in place during the current school year before the submission deadline. This school is ready to apply in 3 topic areas: improving nutrition and food access, strengthening social-emotional health, and promoting tobacco-free schools. As a reminder, this award eligibility checklist is not the application. If you decide to apply for an award in 1 or more topic areas, get a head start by using the award guide here. Your school team can start gathering the required evidence in a shared folder and enter notes in the award guide. This downloadable guide will answer your questions. You can also visit the award homepage for up-to-date information. By using the checklist, you will know which topic areas to apply for and have gathered the documentation to provide when the award application opens in the Action Center. Please contact us with any questions or for technical support. We look forward to working with your school team as you apply to be one of America's healthiest schools.
All right. Are there any questions on the readiness tool? Are we all clear that the readiness tool is not the application? I think that's the big thing. If you do have questions or comments, feel free to use the chat or come off mute. It's a smaller group, so absolutely can discuss in real time if needed as well. But if there are no questions, I am going to go into the tour of the application itself.
I have a quick question. Do you
America's
have the readiness tool linked already?
The America's Healthiest Schools
Give me
Award.
just a second. Pause, please.
Sorry. I was looking to see if you included the link to the readiness tool. I was having trouble going through all of the things you showed to find it.
Yeah, so let me grab that for you. I don't have a link to the readiness tool for you specifically because it's going to be in your dashboard that is a specific.
The America's Healthiest Schools Award application is now.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
She's really eager to show you the application.
I was looking through all the tiles. I just couldn't find it.
Yeah, so it is not going to be a link specifically because to share a link would be an individual link for every single person. Because it's in your personal dashboard in the Action Center. So we're going to have some time at the end for you to log into the Action Center yourself and access your personal readiness tool.
Okay,
so the readiness tool is different for every single school. So I can't give individual links to that one, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay.
Now open. In this video, we will walk through the application. You must be a school team member to access the application by logging into the Healthier Generation Action Center. Once logged in, click on your school's name, then click on the blue ribbon or use the left-hand side navigation to open the application. Team members may work on your school's application at the same time with each person using their own Action Center login. First, read the instructions in the How to Apply section. If you need assistance, you can download the award guide, email, or call us. Next, confirm or edit your school name and address. Then complete the contact information section, which includes primary and secondary contact, principal, and the district's communications or media relations representative. We will communicate with these individuals regarding your award status. A green check mark appears to the right of each section when complete. Your school can apply for an award in one, more than one, or all 9 topic areas. Your school team must opt in for the topic areas you wish to apply for and opt out of the topic areas in which you are not applying for this school year. You will see a gray circle with a line through it next to any topic area you have opted out of and will not include in your application. For example, this school team has opted in to apply for 3 topics. We know they've provided all the required evidence in 2 topics because a green check mark appears next to improving nutrition and food access and strengthening social emotional health and learning. They need to finish providing evidence for promoting tobacco-free schools. To verify the implementation of best practices, you will upload documentation and answer questions for each award criteria included in your application. Provided evidence must be from the current school year. The application will automatically save as you go, and you can make changes at any time. After your school team has answered all questions and uploaded the required documentation, click on Confirm Application. Then click on Preview Application. Any information you entered is highlighted in yellow. You can click Edit to make changes. Make sure you have provided all the required information and that documents have been successfully uploaded. There is no resubmission period to clarify or provide additional information. When the application is complete, click on Submit Application at the top of the page, where you will confirm your submission and download a copy of your application. A confirmation email will be sent to the person who submits the application. Please contact us with any questions. We look forward to receiving your application and celebrating your accomplishments as one of America's healthiest schools.
All right. Are there any questions on the application itself? And again, you'll have an opportunity to get into it in just a few minutes. But before we get there, I just want to check in. I apologize for the video. I went to look at the chat, and apparently if you press a button on your screen, it pauses the whole thing. We use a lot of Teams at HG, so Zoom is a learning curve on my end. All right. Okay, well, if there are no questions, I am going to link the resource document with all of the links that we do have available, and then we will get right into the application itself and the readiness tool. It's also in the Live Finder. Yeah, so Karen has linked it in the chat for you. That's got links to an overview of the award, the login page, our action center, how to get in touch for help, and some other tools that might be helpful when you are applying. Okay, so then let's get started. If you have not already, you are going to create an Action Center account. In this Action Center is where all of those tools live, including the readiness tool, as well as the application itself. So as mentioned, there aren't individual links, but you can get your own personal tools in the Action Center. And when you get to that link, it's going to look like the image on the screen. If you have an account, you'll press login. If you need to create your Action Center account, you'll of course click Create Action Center Account. Once you have started account creation, you'll get a confirmation email somewhat immediately, but sometimes it does take a little while because our member engagement team approves every account manually. So if it doesn't appear immediately, be patient and give it some time. And if it still doesn't show up in a day or two, reach out to Shelly or our member engagement team in that resource document, and we'll get you taken care of. But a little more context on creating your Action Center account. Once you create your account, you'll check that email for confirmation. And then that's where you choose your district, if you're a district staff member, or school, if you are a school staff member. You'll choose California as your state, and then which district or school you work for. You will be prompted to choose your role. There may not be an exact match to your title, but choose the one that is the closest, and then you'll be in your dashboard. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to get logged in if you want to follow along. And then if there are any issues or you're not sure if you have an account or not, just let me know in the chat or come off mute. I know we had lots of applicants from San Bernardino last year, so I'm hopeful that all, or at least most of you, have accounts already, which will make this a lot easier. One more minute to get logged in or create an account if you would like to follow along. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move into what you're going to see when you are logged in, which is your dashboard. As soon as you log into that Action Center account, your school or district name will be up here. This is a sample one, so this is my test school. If you are a school account, you will have the America's Healthiest School Readiness tool in your assessment section. If you're a district team member, you will likely not have America's Healthiest School materials because it is a school-based award, but it is helpful to watch this. So if you do have schools that are interested in applying, you can act as a support for them. And to get to the readiness tool, you'll click View. And then you will be in the readiness tool, which will have the title up here and the beginning of those topic areas. I'm going to give you all just a minute to get to where I am. If you're stuck or you don't know how to get there, just let me know. And then I'm going to do a brief walkthrough of one of the topic areas so you know what we're looking at. And if you need a refresher on the readiness tool, the link to the tour is in that live binder. So feel free to go back and rewatch if you need that. Otherwise, we can do a live walkthrough of one of the topic areas. So again, here is your readiness tool. I'm going to click on the topic that I am most interested in. In my case, it's supporting school health services. You'll see that all 9 are here and all the questions are listed. I have answered all of them. You don't have to. Prioritize the topics that you know you are qualified for and you are interested in applying in. And then you can leave the rest of those blank, because remember, this isn't the application. This is just for you to use as a tool to help you get ready to apply. So you will click on that topic area and go to the first criteria. And here it will give you the question. The criteria is asking, to what extent does your school conduct physical health screenings? Now, to be fully in place, which is what you need to qualify for the award, our school conducts physical health screenings, for example, hearing, vision, asthma, dental, and they are overseen by school nurses or other qualified staff. And we conduct these using evidence-based tools and procedures at least once per year. And it is completed by staff with appropriate training, and it is compliant with national referral and rescreening guidelines. So if you know you meet all 4 of those criteria, go ahead and click fully in place. If you're 3 out of 4, mostly in place. If you're only halfway there, maybe partially in place or not in place. And again, if it's any of these 3, go back and revisit that evidence to see how we can get there the following year. But if you are fully in place, we can go ahead and move on. And you will click next at the bottom of the page to get to the next question in the criteria. And that is, to what extent does your school address chronic health conditions among students? And again, it's got all of those criteria 4 fully in place. And if you know that your school does all 4 of those, make sure you click fully in place, because you are one step closer to being ready to apply. Anything less than these 4, it's either mostly in place, partially in place, or not in place, which again, unfortunately disqualifies that topic area. Once you've got that next question completed, we go to our final question in student health services. To what extent does your school use a referral pathway for students with health concerns? And same thing, review the criteria. If you meet it, you're fully in place and you're ready to apply. Mostly in place, partially in place, not in place if you are not ready to apply, if it's anything less than those 4 criteria. Now I can either go next into the next topic area, or I can close and we see that my topic area is complete. And in my case, that is the only topic I'm interested in applying for, so I'm done with the readiness tool. Of course, these need to be fully in place, so I am going to change them all to fully in place for the sake of our example. And it will auto save for you, and you'll press next. And we're all done with the readiness tool for that one topic area. Are there any questions on that readiness tool before I move into the application? Again, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I do have a question. So the piece that you just showed us would be under supporting school health services?
Yeah, that is supporting school health services. It is the same structure for all of the topics. There are just different questions and criteria that need to be met.
Okay, and then I'm seeing a little bit more than that. Is there, under which category is that under?
So it depends. If you're seeing 4, it could be bolstering physical education and activity that has 4 criteria that need to be met. Or if you have all of them open, you're going to see, you know, all the criteria for all 9 topic areas.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know because mine's showing 14 and not 9.
Oh, you might be in the Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment. You're going to want to go down to America's Healthiest Schools Readiness Tool.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
So our Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment is a really big comprehensive assessment. There are 14 topic areas in it. The America's Healthiest School Readiness Tool is 9 topic areas, and those are the 9 topics that we award. And there are much fewer questions than the TSIA. So TSIA,
Okay.
absolutely use it through the school year, but for the sake of the award, stick to the readiness tool.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So that's the only one we have to do.
Yes, for the
Thank
award.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on the readiness tool or what we just walked through? Perfect. Okay. So then to get to the award, you can just scroll down on your left-hand toolbar over here, and it says 2024 America's Healthiest Schools Award Application. So just make sure we're reading what each of them say, because, you know, we're going a million miles an hour. Sometimes we click on one assessment and it's not the right one. So just make sure it says award application. And it will take you to where you apply. So I'll give you all a second just to get there if you're following along. If not, this is recorded and there are plenty of videos in the live binder that you can watch, and we are always here to help you. Okay. So once you are in the award application, you want to start from top to bottom, open the award application instructions. This tells you everything you need to know on how to apply. There's also our award guide that you can click on from here, or the award homepage that has the same information. It also has that video we watched if you need to rewatch it, and our contact information. Next, you're going to enter your school information. If you've applied for an award in the past, this will be auto-filled. Please edit any updates or changes that have happened. If there are no changes, you're going to click these are correct. And then you can click next, and that will take you to where we ask for websites. If you do not, or you don't know your school or district website, just please answer with none or NA. But we like to have these so we can brag about you and share all your accomplishments with anyone interested. And then this is a required field. We want contact information from you if you are the primary contact. And then also, okay, this is all just primary contact information. So if you are the lead for your school's application, you want to put your information here, and as much as you can provide. Okay, and then next is secondary contact. We do want to include a secondary person, especially because You know, there are other opportunities that come with the award. We have a Leaders Summit in the fall for our all-star applicants that are awarded in all 9 criteria. We often invite our primary and our secondary contacts. So if there is a secondary person we can be in touch with, please include their information. And then the school principal, we'd love to have their contact info as well. Ideally, the principal knows that you're applying. If not, this is a great opportunity to let them know to get their contact information. Now, this is a little more optional because not every district has a wellness policy representative or a student health representative. Sometimes schools are doing this work independently, but if you have this information, please provide it. Same for a communication director or media relations representative. Ideally, a district has one of these, but if not, it's okay to leave it blank. We do like to coordinate with this person if we want to promote your school's work or include you in any kind of webinar opportunities and stuff like that. And then the superintendent of your school district. This is through the superintendent's office, so I imagine Karen can help you out with this if you need it. Okay, so once you've completed just that basic information that we need, you are in the application itself. So it takes you to that very first topic area. I am going to go through supporting school health services, but if you know that you are not interested in this, you can press no. I do not want to apply for this topic. And any topic areas you're not interested in, please click no because you can't submit until you identify yes or no for every topic area. And you can do that. You can close the application. It will all auto-save and you can go straight to the topic areas. And, you know I'm not doing physical activity, so I'll click no here. And it will save for me, and you'll do that for each one you are not applying for. But for those you are applying for, you want to click yes. And when you click yes, all the questions about that topic area will populate. So we'll briefly run through supporting school health services and the submission application, and then we'll close out with any final questions. It again tells you the aim of the topic area for the award. If you would like to apply, you want to click yes if you are applying. And then it gives you those 4 criteria that we saw in the readiness tool. You want to click this box if you qualify, because if you don't, it tells us that you didn't meet the criteria. So make sure you click that box. It just says, yep, I meet all 4, and I'm going to tell you how in the next few questions. That first one for this first criteria, it asks for physical health screenings you conducted this school year, and you'll click all of the above that you implemented that year. So let's say you did routine immunizations, hearing, and vision. Here, you are going to provide a description of how you communicated with families. Anything in bold is really an important piece of that description. So in the case of health screenings, we want to see that there was communication with families, and you will provide as much description as possible on how you accomplish that. And then that third question asks for a communication document. We want to redact student information on these documents. We know FERPA is a big deal, HIPAA is a big deal, so do your best to redact student and family information. And usually it will give you an example of the document that we're looking for. For example, a letter sent to families with health screening results, communication with families about upcoming health screenings, or a schedule or calendar of health screenings conducted by grade level sent to school staff. So if there are examples of the kind of document that we are looking for, I always recommend that you pick one of those, because that's a no-brainer. It's really easy for us to verify because it kind of checks all of the boxes for us. You'll upload that file in one of these file formats, and you'll be good to go for that first criteria in the topic area. Next is addressing chronic health conditions. Again, you'll want to check that box to signify that you've met all these criteria. You're going to provide a detailed description of how you accomplished those 4 different criteria involving students, caregivers, staff, medical providers. Remember, pay attention to what's in bold because that is what we are looking for. And then you're going to upload a document on case management that was sent to families, educators, and their medical providers. Remember, redact that student information. And we can upload a health plan, such as a 504, an IHP, an emergency action plan. We see a lot for asthma and anaphylaxis. Those are perfectly acceptable. Or communication sent to school staff about student health plans or emergency health conditions. So you'll upload that, and then you'll move on to this last criteria in the topic area, which is referral pathways for students. And again, you'll click that you met all 4 criteria. You'll provide a detailed description identifying each of the 4 bolded parts that we are looking for. And then you're going to upload a file. In this case, it is a letter to caregivers with a referral to community-based healthcare providers, or a referral with a list of community-based healthcare providers near the school. You'll upload file, and then you can press next, which is implementing local school wellness policy, or you can close and you can jump to the next topic area that you want to apply for. And that is the same setup for each of these topic areas. It'll open, if you press yes, it will give you all the questions you'll need to answer, the documents we're asking for, and it will auto save for you as you go. And then if you're not applying again, make sure you click no that you are not interested in applying for that topic area. So before submission, are there any questions on answering the questions for the topic areas?
So are we allowed to do all, what, 9 of these?
Yeah, you can do all 9. You can do as few as 1. You can do as few or as many as you have energy and capacity and documentation for.
Mhm. And just to give some context, like if you're awarded for all 9, you're considered an all-star school. And those get recognized at like our national gathering for America's Healthiest Schools Awards.
But if you only maybe do 2 or 3, that's not going to put you out of the running for that award.
Oh, definitely not. That's
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So awards are given by topic. It's not one big award for all.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
There is like extra benefits to doing all 9, but you know, that usually takes years of applying and lots of development to get there. So this is, I think, our 2nd year with San Bernardino. And you guys are rocking it, but it is absolutely okay that if you don't apply for all 9.
Okay.
Even just 1 is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Can I
good.
ask if you are a site that's awarded, did this come like in just the form of like a certificate or a banner, or are we able to share this? How does this get shared out to our community?
Yeah, so we give you a promotional package, and it has all of those resources on like media releases, or any other specific things that you may have in mind that you need from us. We can often provide that, but I know they've done banners in the past. They've done press release information. We publish it on our website in a couple national news outlets, but largely it's promotion materials, if that answers your question.
It does. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Anything else before we click submit? So you can click how to preview and submit your application. This just gives you kind of a step-by-step. It recommends that you preview your application to make sure everything is inputted. So you'll go through and you'll check that your contact information is correct and that the topic areas you want to apply for are adequately supported and documented. And then once you are ready to apply, all of that is correct. You're just going to click submit application at the top of the page. I am missing information because I'm not applying to the award, but it will say that you're complete, and then you'll finalize submission right there, and then you are all done. And then you wait until about June or July, sometimes August, and you get notice if you've been awarded one of the topic areas. And then for the following school year, you have all the bragging rights and all the promotion materials you should need. Any questions on application, submission, readiness tool? Again, all of that is in your live binder. We're available to help anytime. If not, I am going to jump back into our presentation. I'm going to skip through. Here's that contact info for Shelly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shelly.
Oh, please feel free to contact me. My email's right there, and it's also in the resources page. If anything happens, like especially with the verification email within the next like 1 or 2 days. And also I can provide like some additional technical assistance if you'd like. So don't hesitate to reach out. And I'd also really love to invite you all to this webinar series that's focused on staff well-being. So this series really does include 4 1.5 hour sessions where participants can hear from experts in the field and engage in peer learning and explore implementation resources and practice strategies. So we're down to 2 more webinars. So we hope you can join us. The next one is this Thursday at 1 p.m. And you can just RSVP via the link. I can try to add it into the chat after I speak. But it should be pretty good. There's a lot of administrators and just educators across the nation joining. So there's really awesome perspectives. And if you would like to share your feedback, please feel free to scan this QR code and just type in the topic for Healthier Generation overview and the date. We would love to hear what you thought of this this webinar series or this webinar.
Thank you, Shelley and Kara for presenting for us. I did put in the chat box as well. We are having a office hour on April 4th. That's closer to the application deadline. So we wanted to offer that to anybody that wanted to join. I put the link in the chat box as well, and then my email address too.
Great. Thank you so much for providing that, Karen. And thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
We'll stay if you have any questions. Feel free to unmute yourselves or just type in the chat.
Well, thank you for having